What's happening, YouTube? It's Nocturnal Thoughts. Just want to make a real quick video. I want to chop up this Errol Spence, Terrance Crawford. Put my 2 cents in on the conversation. Pretty much all I got to say is I see a lot of people on different platforms, and whether or not they're Terrance Crawford fans or Errol Spence fans, they start to assassinate the other's character. The opposition, if they are Errol Spence fan, they seem like they assassinate the character of Terrance Crawford. Or if they're a Terrance Crawford fan, they seem like they have to assassinate the character of Errol Spence. That's not my style. That's not what I'm going to do. I feel like I have to salute both of those guys who are gladiators. And me, where I'm from, and the way I think, I want to see gladiator fight a gladiator. I want to see a champion fight a champion. I want to see the best fight the best. I don't want to see a coward fight. I don't want to see somebody that I think is a ducker fight. I don't want to see somebody that's afraid to fight, that's going to tuck tail and that's going to wet themselves when they're faced with adversity. I want to see the creme de la creme. I want to see the upper echelon. I want to see the zenith level top. I want to see somebody at their best fight somebody else at their best. Gladiators. Gladiator sport, but it's also a gentleman's sport. It's a gentleman's sport. So when you start to try to assassinate somebody's character, to me, what you do is you bring down the quality of an opponent to where it's almost contrary to why would you even want to see this person perform? Because nobody wants to see a coward fight. You know, I seen Blue Blood. Shouts out to Blue Blood. One time he made a video and he used the movie Troy, the Brad Pitt version, as an analogy. And I had used that same analogy before, but of course I'm on a very, very small platform and I didn't break it down as well as I wanted to. So I'm going to break that down one more time and then I'm going to get out y'all way. But I feel like it's the same thing. The movie Troy is great. The old school, not the Netflix joint, the series. Don't watch that. That's trash. Watch the movie with Brad Pitt. Because you have these gladiators, you have these warriors, you have these mythological warriors. You have the Achilles of Greece, and you have Hector of Troy. Now, if you a Terrance Crawford fan, then Achilles would be Terrance Crawford in your mind. But if you were Errol Spence fan, Achilles would be Errol Spence if you're an Errol Spence fan. Hence, if you're an Errol Spence fan, Hector of Troy would be Terrance Crawford. So, check it out. They fought for glory. They fought for legacy. They fought so that their names would ripple throughout the test of time. They will be forever known for being great warriors. They will become legends and become myths, right? That was Achilles and Hector. We wanted to see those two guys battle. We did not want to see Paris fight Menelaus, who was the other king. There was two princes. Paris was prince. Paris was Hector's little brother. He's the one that actually stole the queen, Helen of Troy. Previously was Helen of Greece. He took her. That's what popped off the war, according to the myth. So Paris came down to where he said, I'm going to fight for my love. And I'm going to fight Menelaus. And Menelaus was a warrior. Paris was a pretty boy. And what happened? As soon as he faced adversity, as soon as he felt that he couldn't fight, he tucked tail and he ran. And Menelaus was like, is this what you left me for? You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, this is not royalty. This is not worthy of royalty. This dude is a coward. Nobody wants to see Menelaus fight Paris because Paris was a coward. You wanted to see Menelaus fight Hector. What happened? He got, you know what I'm saying? That's why nobody wanted to see Hector fight Patroclus. Patroclus was, in this movie, he was the cousin of Achilles. So he had learned some Achilles moves. He kind of looked like him. He dressed on his armor, put on his helmet, ran out to battle, had a face down with Hector of Troy, and got destroyed, got killed. Because he wasn't ready. He wasn't at his best. He was still in training. Nobody wanted to see Patroclus fight Hector. We wanted to see Hector fight Achilles. Because you got the best versus the best. So why do you need to assassinate their character and bring them down levels and say they're cowards and say they're afraid to fight, and then at the same time turn around and say you want to see them fight? That doesn't make sense. This is a gladiator sport. I want to see gladiators fight. I don't want to see cowards fight. And by the way, don't watch the Netflix version of Troy. They flipped everything around. They made what's his name, Achilles and Patroclus. They wasn't cousins. They was gay lovers or something like that. So kill that. But that's my whole point. In my opinion, I always said Errol Spence was Achilles and Terrance Bud Crawford is Hector of Troy, who was just second best. But at the end of the day, after they fought, Achilles said he was the greatest opponent I ever had. That was his legacy fight. That was his legacy moment. He needed Hector of Troy. Hector of Troy needed Achilles. You can't have one without the other. You have to have that Gemini effect. You have to have the yin versus the yang. So if you're trying to say you want to see Errol Spence fight Terrance Bud Crawford, but you're a fan, and then you start to assassinate one character, be careful of doing that. If you are a Terrance Bud Crawford fan, what you need to be doing is giving props and saluting and bigging up Errol Spence, and then vice versa. This is Nocturnal Thoughts. I want to get back on the subject of talking about glory and fighting for money, fighting for, you know what I'm saying, glory and all that on my next video. So stay tuned. This is Nocturnal Thoughts. I salute. Appreciate your time. Peace.